Using NWEA map data to improve learning by Jenetta Ross. As we take a look, what is MAP? MAP is the measurement of academic progress. It's used at many different schools. They have adopted it, the program. It's a computerized test that are adaptive and offered in reading, language, usage, and mathematics. How does MAP work? It is not a pencil paper test. Questions appear on the computer screen. You use the mouse or keyboard to answer the questions. Tests will adjust based on how you answer. It will build a test just for you. So it's individualized for the students. To take the test, you use your best taking strategies, test taking strategies. You answer questions, you read multiple times. You have to answer every question, and you cannot skip on this one. You can't go back to a previous question. You either answer the question and you keep moving forward. And we make sure that we prep the students for that. What exactly is NWEA? NWEA is the company. NWEA stands for Northwest Evaluation Association. NWEA is a global not-for-profit educational service organization that develops adaptive assessments, professional development, and educational resources. So they have been tested, tried, and proven, and have been accepted by states, the different states, to go ahead and administer the different tests. The benefits and practice of the assessments. It provides immediate feedbacks. Within the same day or within 24 hours, you're able to get the results of the reading and math scores. Generally, what happens is they take 1 or 2 days to do math, and then it'll take 1 or 2 days to do reading or ELA. It increases the motivation in students when they show growth. So even if we have the target goals that shows what is on level, and then if you don't hit that level, you're below, or if you go above that level, then you're above the schedule or you're above level. And what it does is I always encourage students to grow, whether or not they hit the target. Of course, we want them to hit the target, but even if they grow, they are motivated. Also, another benefit, it guides instructions in the classroom. Once you're done with the test, it'll give you suggestions on what specific skills. It breaks it down in domains, and you're able to look at the different domains to see what areas were they strong in and what areas were they weak in. And so you can spend time in your lesson plans making plans to grow them in their weak areas and to strengthen them in the other areas. It is rated by what is called the RIT scores. The RIT scale is the scale to measure scores on the MAP test. It is used to chart the child's academic growth from year to year. Generally, it's taken at the beginning of the year, middle of the year, and the end of the year. This type of score increases the value of tests as a tool to improve students' learning because it enables teachers to see the growth among different years and help pinpoint what students have learned and what students are ready to learn. Here is a RIT score at level goals for math. So it kind of gives you the area, and I generally send this out to parents to let them know according to the grade level. So if you look at grade 1, in the fall, they should score between a 162.8 and a 163. I usually give a range. And then the winter, to be on level, they need at least a 172.4, or I always just round up, regardless if it's 5 or more or not, 173. And then spring, 179 to 181 is the goals for math. And then if you look at the RIT scores at level goals for reading, you have, for the first grade, you have 160.3. During the winter, you have 170.7. And for the spring, you have 176.9, which is basically a 177. NWEA drives instruction. Students become engaged in the classrooms, knowing their goals. So you could say, hey, this is our goal. we're trying to reach these goals, and this is what I need you to do, and this is what will help you get on track. NWEA test is aligned with state standards, so that's always a plus because that drives the curriculum and your pacing guide as well. NWEA test promotes higher order thinking, so it's not your lower level thinking. You have to move them, according to Bloom's taxonomy, to the higher level of the pyramid. The challenges and negative impact of NWEA: it doesn't measure reading fluency. It cannot be used for progress monitoring because it only does those 3 times a year. And usually schools use another tool for that. And that is a timed assessment. So it is time. You have a certain amount of time to complete it. But generally the time given is usually enough time for your average student. And then also degrees of difficulty increases with the correct answers. So no child will have the same test. So it's measured based on where you are currently and how many you get correct. Then it'll take you, a first grader may see up to multiplication, addition, subtraction, and may go on even to multiplication or higher. Depends on how well they're doing. Consequences and outcomes. Parents and students can look at the scores to determine if they are on level, below level, or above level according to the national averages. Teacher can use data to determine if students that are below need intervention services. Teachers can also set up groups for differentiation of instruction, and this can guide instruction for improving learning. And that is the ins and outs of the MAP test by NWEA. Thank you.